Actually have a guest commentator on here. He's here for the weekend here from Res Hockey Podcast.
Correct. Yep.
Go ahead, young man. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Trevor Eiserhoff. I'm from the Res Hockey Podcast. I'm originally from Moose Cree First Nation, Treaty 9 territory in Ontario. So I'm here in Saskatoon this week and watch some hockey and promote my show and help out the good folks from Canoe Lake First Nation.
Yeah. Canoe. That's how they
Canoe.
say it. Canoe.
Canoe.
Canoe. I always just say canoe. But
Yeah, I say it that way too.
it's the way they pronounce it is canoe.
Canoe.
It's kind of like, it's like beardies. It's like beardies or beardies.
It's almost like tomato.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So we got James Smith there in the blue, and we have Red Earth here in the white in the 35-plus division. And then right after this, I'll give you an update who plays right after this. After this 35-plus division. But yeah, you guys had some interviews there by Trev there, and I got to interview Brady Keeper as well. Who did you interview from L'Orange?
Tyler Fiddler.
Tyler
Mr.
Fiddler.
Fiddler.
Yeah.
He's a former professional player in Europe and East Coast, and he's a former 50-goal scorer in the dub. So
I was actually asking him to come on here. He kind of got shy. Well, that's good you got him on an interview. Yeah, right on. Well, we don't have any rosters here right now with us, so Trev, unless you know a lot of these guys playing.
no, unfortunately, I don't. And there's number 100. That's the first time I've ever seen jersey number 100 in the Res tourney.
Hey, man, anything can happen in these res tourneys, man. Could have even 199. Oh, I got to get the cameras there. Sorry, you guys.
With the Red Earth Leafs, they have nice colors. I'm a big Toronto Maple Leafs fan, unfortunately. So
Yeah, I was going to say, well, hey, I'm Calgary Flames, man.
we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. Well, you guys have all that star power, and you guys can't do nothing with it. It's like all the hype for nothing.
They're not Sunday players yet.
No, they don't know how to do the B-side climb. They're too prima donna over there in the Leafs Nation. Calgary, Calgary, it's kind of like we have always been just there, where we're barely making the playoffs or we barely miss the playoffs, and we always lose out on all the draft picks. And yeah, that's why we've just been mediocre for years. Did have a good run there when the late Johnny and Matthew were on our team.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh,
Nice dangle.
100 just missed him. I'm going to see if we can get some rosters here from the man Cal, because he's down there.
Oh, there's a mix-up at the bench. No injuries yet, though. 66. Off White. First penalty of the game. 66.
Alrighty. That was quick.
I like watching the old-timers games because a lot of these guys have equipment from the 70s and 80s, and they're still repping them.
Yeah. Still giving her.
Some of these guys are still using the wooden stick, so when a player on the opposite team skates by, they're going to feel that lumber.
Yeah. Well, that's what I used to use when I played back in the day. I haven't played since the early 2000s. And, yeah, that's all I grew up on was co-hose and, the straight wooden stick, man, when you go to Canadian Tire, and they were like 20. No, they were. I remember going in there and asking my mom for $20 to buy one. Like, that was the norm back in the day.
A 5-pound Sherwood stick with a Paul Coffey curve.
Yeah. We were raised tough, boy.
Yeah.
And then always burning your stick trying to bend the blade and usually breaking it sometimes. Oh, nice shot. The James Smith player lost it. James Smith here bringing it up on the left side here, number 7. He's trying to whip that in, dump and chase, but he's going to keep it here. Still playing around. James Smith still in Red Earth. Whoa, nice little move there. Shot, rebound. Everyone's tripping over there. Red Earth. James Smith still in control here. We got no roster, so we're going to go by the numbers right now. 27 hands that off. And Redders trying to get that out of their zone. James Smith gets that back here. Looking in front, little deke, and couldn't get the lumber on that one. Redder trying to hustle it out, but James Smith still taking that possession. They're right in front.
Oh.
Down and out. Oh, right in
Oh.
front. Still no goal here. 0-0. You guys are joining us live on IOPS.ca, empowering Indigenous success. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. We're joined by our special guest here who's down for the weekend. Trev, how do you say your last name?
Eiserhoff.
Eiserhoff.
Eiserhoff, yeah.
Kind of sounds like Eiserman. And
We're pretty much the same player.
Yeah, he's the co-host of Res Hockey Podcast, and you want to tell us a little about that and how people can find your show and whatnot?
We're a weekly podcast. We talk about res hockey. We talk about players who are playing junior, college, pro, all over Turtle Island and Europe and whatnot. And we're on Apple, Spotify, what else? Podbean, like anywhere where you listen to your podcast, just search Res Hockey. And we're there.
You guys had some a lot of big names on there, eh?
Yeah, we had a lot of names. Theo Fleury. We had Zach Whitecloud a couple days after he won the cup with Vegas, so that was a really big one for us.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was
That's huge.
told some good stories about Vegas and hanging around the strip with the cup. So
Wow. I did not know that. Good job, man. And that's how you never know. You just got to start these things and just give her, eh? Like it's being, like we were talking last game, consistent.
exactly.
Right? Just be consistent, man. And people will eventually start seeing what you're doing, right? You know, you're doing that with your podcast. And I was telling you before, I remember seeing you guys starting your thing, and I was like, man, I hope these guys stay with it because res hockey is such a big thing right across Canada.
It is.
Whatever province you're in, it's, res hockey, people want to watch it, man. It's such a defined game. It's like, we love it. You guys, are watching it now. So when you guys started, because you know why? When you guys started, I was actually telling people to start a podcast like that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it would be cool if we had a res hockey podcast, just to talk about all the Indian hockey, eh? And then all of a sudden, like a month later, you guys showed up. I was like, oh, shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, we just finished episode 135, and it just started. I'd like listening to Spit and Chicklets and all the hockey podcasts, and I thought to myself, there's none about Indigenous hockey, no Indian hockey. So I thought, why not? And so I started it in my basement. It took off pretty quick, and it's going really strong right now. So I'm having a lot of fun meeting a lot of Indigenous players and getting to meet new people.
Yeah, you've actually had a couple of my cousins on there, Tyson Watney and Drew Rose.
Oh yeah, those guys were good. I Red Pheasant Beauties, and it's always fun getting to talk to these guys because you get to meet them on a personal level as well. And a lot of these former guests I end up friends with, and we always text back and forth. And a lot of guys are playing this weekend, and it's like we're really good friends now. And that's one of the best parts of hosting this show.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Exactly, showcasing Indigenous success here, like we do on IOPS, and that's exactly why we started streaming, is because we wanted to showcase Indigenous success, Indigenous hockey players, Indigenous sports, powwows, you name it, right? We've had people tuning in. I remember one time I was doing I think it was a powwow, and we had somebody from New Zealand, Switzerland, and somewhere else tuning in at the same time. So, and they're asking questions in the comments, and just that kind of thing. Just it's so cool, right?
Yeah, we had Jeremy Boyer from Sandy Lake on the show a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
and we got a few emails from guys from Australia who remember Jeremy when he played pro hockey down there, and they were just telling us how much of an impact he made in hockey down there and how much they like listening to a show. So that's a big bonus when you get emails like that and words of encouragement from listeners.
From Australia,
from
man.
Australia.
That's when you kind of know it when around the world
Yeah.
is mentioning it and stuff. So I didn't know Jeremy Boyer played down there, man. And what league did he play there? How long?
There's one pro league down in Australia, and he was there for a year, and he said he loved it. He had a good time down there.
Another person I know that played down there was Clay Bray. He played down there. Shit, chaos ago, man. That must have been 1998. That's somebody you should actually get on your podcast if you haven't already.
No, we haven't.
You know him?
No, haven't met him yet.
He's actually got some of his equipment in the Hall of Fame. He played with OCN Blizzard, and yeah, he played 1990, 97, I think, 98, way back in the day. And he actually created that Every Child's Matters hockey
Oh,
stick.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I do know him. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook, and I know his son. His son plays for the Cam River Fighting Walleye out of the SIJHL. Really good defenseman.
Yeah, he's a wicked hockey player, that kid. Got number 4 here from James Smith skating it back in their area. James Smith leading by 1 here. 15 minutes and 22 seconds here in the first. James Smith looking to move it in front with the shot. It's in 22 seconds.
What a nice
here.
one-timer.
Yeah. Reminds James
me
me of
Smith
back
looking
when
to
I was in
move
my
it
in prime. Front with the
I would have found
shot.
on that shot if that was coming towards me.
I wouldn't even been near that. I would still be hustling from the back. I was a defenseman.
Same here,
Yeah.
but I like pinching and
Oh, yeah?
floating around, so.
Yeah. I only did that in house league. I made Bantam AA. I don't know what they would call that now. U14, I think.
U18.
Is it U18
Yeah.
Bantam?
Or, yeah, U15, sorry.
Yeah, see, I'd be U50, and I made the AA team.
That's the one thing I made, like the reason why I made the podcast. I played AAA, I played junior and whatnot, and
Oh, really?
and
Played it all?
I made a lot of mistakes when I was playing, and I didn't really have no one to really tell me advice.
Yeah.
So for this podcast, I wanted to have guys, former pro players, college, junior players, come on the show and give their experience of what it takes to get to that high level of hockey. So,
Yeah.
because of a lot of our listeners are teenagers, so it's good for them to hear straight from their mouth. And like Brady Keeper, he
Yeah.
was on our show, and Theo Fleury, Jonathan Jichu, Rich Pilon, a lot of former NHL players to give advice of what it takes to play junior hockey, to play pro. So it's that was one of the main reasons to start this podcast, and I think it's going good. So if I helped one player,
It's worth it.
it's totally worth it.
Yeah. What is the main, I guess, 5 points we should say that all these players in general kind of say, like, to do if you want to kind of make it?
I think the one of the most important thing is live a healthy lifestyle. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. Another thing that is important is education. With that new rule with CHL players going to be able to play NCAA Division I hockey, it's going to open a lot of doors.
Yeah.
So I think those are some examples that the former guests that they mentioned. Just live a healthy lifestyle and education, and just have fun, because you only have so many years to play junior hockey, and once that is done, it's done forever.
Yeah. Then you're doing the res hockey circuit right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I've seen this. I'm a social worker myself, and over the years, I've seen, people drinking and everything, the partying, and how serious some people took, any kind of sport or anything. And to be honest, I think there's so much education out there now that these guys have Google and YouTube and TikTok at their fingertips, and they see exactly what alcohol does.
Yes.
It's not all the fun and games every single time. In the long term, it creates a lot of shit in your life.
It
right?
does.
And so a lot of these youth, they see that now, and they say, there's no point kind of doing that stuff anymore, eh? Where back in the day, it was just like, you're going off stories or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
It's like the hell with it. And you just gave her. So I think there's a big turn in that way, and it's a lot of information is easier to access for these players now. So
For
if
sure.
you're giving them a spiel, you're like, well, yeah, just go Google it, man. Go on YouTube. I ain't lying, right? Oh, hits the post. The
Oh!
rebound. Google it, man.
Tuning
Go
in
on
from
YouTube. I ain't
Anaheim,
lying,
Cali.
right?
Yeah, Jack Ryan there. He's
Oh, hits
Oh!
the post. The
Oh!
rebound. Yesterday, L.A. this morning.
Anaheim.
I'm jealous. Must be
Yeah.
nice weather down
Right? You got a lot of people too that are tuning in from Mexico.
there. Lucky.
Man.
On my Facebook memories today, I was in Mexico 1 year today. So
I was in Mexico December I think 15th to the 20th or something like that. Last year,
Yeah.
Cancun.
I was in Puerto Valera.
Oh really? That was my first time ever. Man. You? Or you been there a few
That was my
times?
first time as well.
Yeah, it's I ain't gonna lie, man. I was a little chilled up walking into the airport there, and and all of a sudden you just hear the horror stories. Eh?
Yeah.
You're like, I had nothing to be worried about. But you just, Oh, and here's the thing: I missed my plane the first night, so I had to stay an extra night and pay a few extra bucks to get to Mexico. So I go there, and usually when you book these tours, we booked it on Sunwing or whatever it is, and. Anyway, I got to the airport in Mexico, got off the plane, we got through the searches and all that stuff. And then they have all these buses, right? So I'm guessing you hopped on a bus right away with your name and everything was
Yeah.
there. I went there and I know that my name was on there, but they wouldn't allow me on there because it was from yesterday. You said you were supposed to be here yesterday. I'm like, wow. It's like, well, what do I do? He's like, go take a cab. I'm like, what? I was like, what do you mean go take a cab, right? And anyway, that scared the hell out of me because then you look over in the corner and these guys, you think you're just getting hustled. So I'm meeting my bro there. It's like, so I call my bro. I was like, bro, they're making me take a cab. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Stay on the phone, man. The cabbie didn't speak English. I just had to tell him where I was going. Anyway, freaking out because all through the whole trip there, man, I was like, hey, always thinking, like, if this guy's going to take me, where I don't think I'm supposed to be, like, I'm going to jump out here. I had my GPS on, and I was talking to my buddy right to the whole thing there, eh? Just freak. But all in all, man, honestly, Mexico is such an awesome place. Everyone there is really nice. All the people down there, they just want you to have a good time. And, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Sonentes or whatever, we went swimming in those
Yeah.
things. Sonente, I can't even pronounce it. 4-0 here now for James Smith here in the first. Red Earth trying to get on that board and get some energy here. Trev, you playing rec hockey?
Yeah, I still play in old timers in Kenora. It's a pretty good league. It's a 6-team league, and we have games Friday
Yeah.
nights and Sunday nights. I tried to play in the local beer league, but that was too much for me. They have 10 o'clock games, and I didn't get home till like 1 in the morning.
Jeez, eh?
And I was up till 2, and I had to go to work in the morning. It's like, this is not for me.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt, eh? Yeah, that would be tough, and I don't know how some guys do it, man. I watch on Snap. There's a team called Fat Pack, and they're always playing late games, and the boys are always back to work in the morning. And yeah, you're right. Like I don't know how they do it all the time. So big shout out to the guys that do. 5-0 here now for James Smith. Here in the first period. Like I don't know how they do it. Next game after this is. Do we know who plays after this?
it is,
In an update here.
Pachinak Pats against Whitefish Flyers.
Oh,
7:30.
that's going to be a wicked game, man. Tune in for that for Pachinak and Whitefish.
Winner of that game goes to the quarterfinals.
Is the loser out or
No, they drop down and make that long,
make that climb again?
that long climb. Oh, crossbar.
Any plans for New Year's, or are you kind of the dude that just stays in?
Yeah, I just stay in
Yeah.
bed by
Yeah.
before midnight. Just another day.
It is just
When we
another
get
day.
when we get our age, it's just another day.
Yeah. Man, I'll be 47 next month. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Not that old. Not that old.
Not that old, he
No.
said. He's probably 46. Same age. Same age. But yeah, no, it's you're right. It's just another day, and oh man, that went way up over. Almost hit that guy. Yeah, we're actually heading to Calgary here and gonna go watch the Calgary Flames versus Canucks. I've never seen Quinn Hughes play.
He's unreal, that kid.
Oh man,
Wow.
unreal. Generational talent, him. It's nice to see actually in the NHL, you know, a lot of a defensemen getting high points, just kind of like Bork back in the day, right?
Yeah. A small defenseman like Hughes.
Yeah.
Not too many back
He's
in
not
the,
even
in
that
our
big,
day.
man, eh? I think he's about the same height as me.
5'9", 5'10",
Yeah, he's like
150 pounds.
Yeah, he's small, but pure talent, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice skater, smooth. Kind of like Cal McCarr. Is it Cale McCarr?
Cale McCarr, yeah.
Another
Like
point
a
machine.
Brandon Montour.
Yeah. There's a guy you need to get on your podcast.
I tried to get him on after they won the cup,
Yeah,
but no luck.
really.
That would have been nice.
So how do you reach out to these guys? Is there like
Common friends, friends
I know
that
a guy
I
who
know of.
knows a guy?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, or if I know a family member.
Yeah.
But with Montour, no, sorry, White Cloud, I think I just messaged him on Instagram and he replied. I was like,
Really?
oh, yeah. So I took a chance.
Hey, well, you know, literally, I don't know if you follow a guy named Gary V. And that's literally what he says. He's just he messages these people you think would never return a message, these stars and stuff. And
Yeah.
he said you'd be surprised how many people will actually take a look at it even, and you'll get the odd one that will return a message.
There's some players or coaches who are in coaching playing in the NHL. We have to get a hold of their PR or HR department for their respective teams, and that takes a long time. So
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time. Red Earth there almost scoring the goal here to get on the board here. It's 5-0 right now. James Smith leading here. 4 minutes remaining here in the first. This is a do or die game, right?
yeah, do or die, loser goes home, and the winner advances. So
Yeah. Face off here in James Smith territory. Smith wins that one. They poke check that here. Red Earth has it now. 5-0 they're down. Trying to get on the board here to continue the game. There is a mercy rule of 7. Red Earth in front, and they do score. Number 1 in the jersey, number 1 in your hearts. Red Earth is now on the board, 5-1.
that was a nice backhand from the slots.
Yeah. We got a jersey number 1 here on the player, which is rare. Usually that's reserved for a goalie. And we also have,
Looks like he's missing a number.
yeah,
You gotta love these jerseys.
we also have a number 100 here for Red Earth.
And a 66 for Toronto Maple Leaf colors, which is not seen too often. But the other team has really nice jerseys. New York Islander colors with the old Kansas City Scouts logo. And for those young guys that don't know who the Kansas City Scouts are, it's a former NHL team from the 70s.
Oh, is
Nice
that
save.
another one? Or, oh, that was a save.
Right in the glove.
James Smith Tendy standing on his head, making some good saves.
He's a pretty big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tall. There's some big boys in this tournament, man. Like, walking around the rink, man, they're like 6'5", 6'4". Yeah. James Smith, number 6 here, comes flying down here. He looks around, wrap around right in
Wow.
front.
Oh!
Missed to the right side. As Red Earth is staying alive still. As they're down by 4 now, 2 minutes remaining here in the first. James Smith applying that pressure. Here comes number 6 with the shot to the right side again. Looks like that's his favorite spot here. Maybe a third time's a charm. Right in front there. Missed by 15 for James Smith. As now we go back into the neutral zone. Everyone's taking a break here. Fresh legs coming on for Red Earth. As James Smith still has it. They pass it down into the spot on the left here. 27 coming flying down here. He's got 2 more players with him. He decides to pass that up to 6 again with the
nice
shot.
save.
That's tipped in front, and the Tendy got a piece of that one. Now Red Earth coming back here into the James Smith zone. They take the shot. That's a save. Another save with the glove there. James Smith, Tendy, actually keeping it a lot of goals out of there for James Smith.
He just did the stack pad, the old Bill Ranford save.
Oh, yeah. Old Ranford. Last minute of play here. We are running straight time because they are leading by 4. I think it's if the game's within 2 that it's stop time. So here's the face-off. 40 seconds here. A lot of time getting killed off the clock right now. No one seems to be in a rush here. Oh, face-off won by James Smith, and he whacked that one right at his Tendy, but the Tendy's seen that here. Red Earth has it now. Right in front, and that's missed. James Smith here has a couple runners here. We might have a breakaway. See what kind of speed these guys have. No, number 1 jersey from Red Earth gets that one here who scored the goal for Red Earth to keep them within 4. Number 1 here comes flying down the right side now. That puck's taken back. Red Earth is moving back to their zone. Looks like everyone's going to regroup here. 5-on-5, Red Earth in front. And there's the horn here for the end of the first. 5-1, James Smith is leading here. You guys are watching live on iOps.ca here, and you're checking out the first annual Canoe Lake First Nations Christmas special, our Christmas Holiday Classic
Yep.
tournament. Or Christmas Classic.
Christmas
Is it
Classic.
Christmas Classic special here, so that's a big mouthful, that one.
It is, yeah.
Canoe Lake First, is it Canoe Lake Christmas Special, or is it Canoe Lake First Nation Christmas Special Classic?
I think I was using Canoe Lake First Nation
Were
or
you?
Cree Nation.
Regardless, it's a long one, but it's still a good one. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like the end of the 2024 tournament season, even though it's kind of the first one of the Indian hockey season here. So whichever way you want to look at it, this is going to be turning into a prime tournament, I think, going for years ahead. James Smith actually hosted this one last year. And, and now Canoe Lake's taking this one tournament over. So looking forward to it. I think this is going to be one of the premier tournaments eventually moving on, because it's right in between the holidays when no time exists.
Yep.
Anything from the 25th to the January 1st doesn't count, because, it's just everyone's in holiday mode.
Yeah, it's a good thing because you get a lot of university players, a lot of junior players who are home for the holidays who are playing in this tournament, and it really helps out these teams.
Yeah.
So it's really good. And the prize money is good. For this division, it's 10 Gs. Not too many tournaments anywhere offer a 10 grand first place, especially for old timers.
Is that also 35 plus 10 Gs?
10 Gs, yeah.
Wow. No doubt. No wonder why you got a couple guys playing for both divisions right now, eh?
Like
why not?
Craig McCollum, I noticed he's playing for Canoe Lake. He's playing in both divisions. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot. A guy like Craig McCollum, dude's in shape.
Oh,
man.
yeah, he's in shape,
Guy's
yeah.
in shape, man. I don't think he's got an ounce of fat on him, man. And the guy can still skate with the best of him. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got another vet from the Pachinak Pats, number 11 there, Trent Campbell, man. Like, that guy can still play.
I know, that guy's ageless wonder, Trent.
Yeah.
Trent and Craig were former guests of the show, so
yeah,
good to see those guys here in Saskatoon. Being from Ontario, I don't get to see too many Saskatchewan guys, so but it's good to see them this weekend, still playing.
Yeah,
and making big plays and being effective for their respective teams.
Yeah, no, Trent's the leader for the Pachinek Pats there, and he scored a nice goal there last game. So, oh, my camera is not working in one of them. I'll have to fix that next game here in the corner. Get her after. 5-1 right now. James Smith is leading Red Earth. We have a special guest here, Trev from the Res Hockey Podcast. We hope you guys are enjoying this game. Brought to you by IOPS. James Smith taking that one here. We have a 2-on-0. Oh,
Too fancy. You
yeah.
got too fancy.
They're trying to make TSN highlight of the night there, and they missed that opportunity. Gets it back anyway. Picks the corner where Cookham keeps the cookies. Trying to make TSN highlight of the night there, and missed that opportunity. James Smith
Gets
is up
it
by
back
5.
anyway.
Mercy rule
Picks
is
the corner.
7. Do you think Red Earth's getting gassed, or
I think they're getting gassed. They have
They got a
a
short
short
bench.
bench compared to James Smith, where they have at least 3 lines.
yeah? So yeah, that counts, especially when you're in a 35+ division.
I would say just go with 10 guys. It cuts into your cash prize when you have too many guys.
Maybe that was the thought there. Red Earth was saying. That's 10 guys, and that's 1,000 each. There's another quick goal by James Smith there, who are now up by 6. This is 7-1 here. 22 minutes here into the second period. They'll need one more if they want to pull that mercy rule.
There who are now up by.
We're streaming everything here on rink number 1. So the next game here is, did you say Pachinek Pats?
Yes.
Pachinek Pats against Whitefish. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a lot of speed, that game. Whitefish has a lot of young, fast legs on there, and as well as Pachinek Pats, with a couple beauties on their team as well. So that's going to be a good game. Make sure you guys tune in. We are on Rink 1, you guys. If you guys are on Facebook, I will throw the updated the draw. I'll throw the updated draw here right after this game, so you guys can see what's going on. And I'll put that on the chat. Oh, we got a guy down. Looks like that was an accidental hit. Everyone's okay.
That's the one thing with old timers hockey.
I'll
There's
put that
always
on the
one
chat.
player
Oh,
laying
we
on
got
the
a
ice,
guy
regardless
down.
where the puck is.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an accidental hit. Everyone's okay. Give props to the older guys, man. I don't think I'd ever step on the ice again. I'm just too out of shape. I can't even know if I can skate anymore. Where's Bush?
Bush is.
They're asking you, where's Bush?
Everyone's been asking me all weekend, where's Bush? He's in BC. He's on a family trip. Each year they go skiing in the Kelowna area, I think it is. So he's skiing. He skis on his free time.
Yeah.
So I told him, make sure you on those lift chairs lick the frosted metal chairs and see what happens. Just like on Dumb and Dumber.
I like those posts you were always putting of him on there, and to tease him in a good way.
Yeah, I know. I make a lot of memes on Facebook, and a lot of people message me asking me if it's real. Like, I made one about Zach Whitecloud about that big hit he did against the Toronto Maple Leafs and what he said, and people were taking that serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
my God.
Just a reminder of people, like, a lot of the times I just joke around and make fun with these memes, and I don't take things too serious. I like to keep things on the lighter side, joke around and laugh, and so a lot of the memes I make, they're not serious. only when I make them against Bush, though, they're serious.
Yeah. Well, Smudge the Blades, Harlan Kingfisher, you've had him on there.
Yeah,
too.
I have Harlan had him
He
on the show.
actually created, I remember he did one with Jordan Tutu, signing with the Oilers. For
Oh,
fun.
that April Fool's joke.
People were believing that, man. There was Oiler fans, like, hardcore in the comments, man, like, discussing how it's going to be, affect the team. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I was just laughing.
I
was
remember
like,
that.
wow, man, like, that's,
That's Oiler fans for you, though.
yeah, man, right? Hey. Yeah, Oiler fans, man, I can't stand the Oilers team, but I mean, Oiler fans, you got to give it to them, man. They're a proud bunch. They're just like you, Toronto fans, man.
Yeah, we're
You and Oiler fans, you guys could go head to head. You guys are
we're loyal.
yeah, very loyal. Yeah, very loyal.
We've been waiting since what '67 for
Yeah.
that cup to return to Toronto, and hopefully this
Yeah.
is the year.
Oh,
Hopefully,
oh shit, here we go.
we've been saying
No,
this for
yeah, I
for
mean,
years and years, but
been hearing the Oiler fans saying that next year.
yeah,
I like when they try to throw us under the bus there. Well, at least we made Game 7 Stanley. I was like, hey man, did you guys win the cup? No, you guys
Yeah.
haven't won the cup kind of since we haven't won it since '89. When's the last time Oilers won it? The 92?
91, 92.
Yeah.
When
That
they
was with Messier, eh?
yeah when they beat Boston in the finals.
So.
Yeah, Bush is a diehard Oilers fan, and he's still kind of heartbroken and bitter with that Game 7 loss to Florida.
Yeah.
And actually, he still talks about that Carolina Hurricanes finals when they lost to Carolina in 7 games. So
Oh, really? Forever hurting.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully some Canadian team wins the cup, though, man. It's been since '94, since Montreal. Oh! And that is it, you guys. James Smith is putting this one away. We are going to end this broadcast here. We're going to take a little break. I get something to eat here. But thank you, Trev, for joining us here.
Yes, thanks for having me. It was a blast. And for those, we're just a reminder, we're a podcast once a week, and just search us on whatever podcast platform you listen to. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, X, and whatnot. So give us a follow, a like and follow.
All right, you guys. We'll see you here in the next one. Pats versus Whitefish.